away as always. I want us to talk about Kenyan football. I wanted to hear what the young journalists here they think, and to hear. So, our young journalists, you are probably covering your first elections. Have you covered one before? Yeah. You covered the 20, but 2020 was not really an election. It was always at SDT.
Back and forth.
It was mlikuwa mnashinda guys kwa haga kila siku. What have you said today? So
what Milton has done is just give Nick more time in the office. In fact, Nick is absolutely happy with this decision of going to the court because we do not know how long this is going to drag. And if it drags on, then it means that we might not have an election this year. So we will have an election next year.
As it is, it looks like it has to be next year.
Yes, and that's the thing. So we're waiting for the decision tomorrow from the court. We see what's going to happen. But the issue is that we cannot have any vacuum in FKF.
Yeah, you can't have any vacuum.
And the other thing, the constitution, the FKF constitution, is what is being highly debated.
Yes.
And when it comes to other federations, I was speaking to one of the presidents of another federation, and they were telling me, we will defend our fellow Fed head.
Yeah.
Because we want our federations and our constitutions to be respected, despite the fact that maybe a good number of people do not want Nick to remain in the helm of Kenyan football. The constitution does allow him to vie for another term.
It actually say, forget your complications. If status quo ikibakia, the office holders of FKF shall continue to exercise their functions until the conclusion of an electoral process.
Yeah. And that is the one. It can drag along like what has happened at AK.
Mm-hmm.
8 years. No election, but the same person is at the helm. And that can possibly happen up until AFCON concludes 2027. And if that happens, Nick is just happy. Mm-hmm. Even after 2027, he'll walk away. Because he would have accomplished what he wanted.
Sammy, you have I'm sure you've learned a few legal words in the last 1 week. Stay injunction, orders, High Court judge.
Yeah. For me, yes, this is the first time I'm doing it, and it's interesting how things change because you listen to different camps every time and again. In this camp, we are involved then, and what they say. For me, the biggest shock and the bombshell was the FKF delegates meeting on Friday. The participants in it having heard stories of who they were in bed with and seeing them so vociferous in their statements. It was really a moment I was like, damn.
Again, welcome to Kenyan football. It's an election as hard as our general election, if not harder.
Yes.
Because the delegates ndio kusema delegates wanakuanga 90 something,
94.
Sasa hao walikuwa ngapi walikuwa wamemeet? 78.
There were 70 something.
74.
Yes. Yeah.
So as it is, they can get anyone inside.
Yes.
Welcome. Now bado.
And the biggest challenge, you need to oil some people's hands.
No. You cannot make such allegation because you cannot prove it.
No, not Nini. Not I haven't said anything. I'm just saying.
What do you mean oil people's hands? What do you mean? Pack your Vaseline.
Kidogo, in terms of what are you in your manifesto? Are your changes, your ambitions going to affect the way we run our football?
Do you know what's been one of the biggest letdowns for me? Is this argument about who is a federation, who is a club official of who and who is not. Mm-hmm. That's for me has been the biggest letdown.
What do you think?
Why are we having a fight over you are eligible for running or not? Why is that a conversation?
Attending the AGM.
Yes, because that's part of it. Attending an AGM and also whether you qualify to be on the ballot.
Yeah.
I don't like the fact that we are having that conversation in March 2024 for an election that should have been in October 2024.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you're saying it's limiting the democracy that should exist, or it's a deflection?
It shows lack of vision.
Oh. I thought it was okay. I thought looking at it then was a deflection tactic, but I
No. The law is very clear. For you to be eligible to run, you must have been involved in football. Association football. Not just football, association football. Hence, Football Kenya Federation, hence the FA of England. In association football, at whatever level, for 3 of the last 4 years.
Yeah.
So before you say, I want to be involved in football, that's the first thing you must call. Like, kuna kale ka basic pale.
Yeah.
And I feel like problems start there.
Yeah, the technicalities.
Yeah, because I feel like that's the first thing you should check. I mean, when
It's
It's basic. Yeah.
It's the basic criteria.
What do you think happens tomorrow then?
it
is a court case.
koti itaweka hiyo itasema tusikize.
Yeah.
Because look, here's the thing.
Yeah.
Whatever Milton is saying has basis.
Does.
Yeah.
Remember, former CS went to court.
Yes.
And the court literally said, this is this.
Yes.
So when we were returned FIFA, when we went to spoke to FIFA and we returned the office and the ban was lifted, did we address that?
No, we didn't.
So once you go to that, now that there's a proper legal
Quagmire.
that's the word.
There, quagmire.
Yeah.
I knew this all along, that there was no degazettement of that
Ruling then.
Yes.
Yeah. That decision by Amina.
Yeah.
And that is where Ababu is going to come in.
So what's he going to do now?
And of course, they'll have to speak with FIFA.
Because now the case is in court now.
But most likely,
and you see, it's not it's not SDT anymore. No. It's High Court. You see, now High Court is not SDT. It's not CAS.
Yeah,
No.
And the High Court moves at its own pace. Like you said, AK
And
have done this
dragging.
for how long?
Yes.
8 years.
And so I think we might have a huge possibility is that we might have a normalization committee, a FIFA normalization committee. I would prefer we have a FIFA normalization committee than government.
Who is FIFA going to lean towards now that I'm just finding out from you guys. Now, luckily, now I can just sit in the corner and enjoy the show as a viewer and a football fan. So who will FIFA back? Will FIFA back one of their own, or will they back
FIFA
normalization
most likely
bit?
will back one of their own.
So if FIFA back one of their own,
but again, this issue that we, of course, now we have to address the Sports Act of 2013, because that is what has brought this issue.
yes, but this is how the argument is coming from the other side. Once we agreed or we complied with the Sports Act, that is when our terms start.
Yes.
So we only had one term.
Yes. And validly so, by the way. Validly so. And that's what I'm saying. This guy he is within his
Constitutional right. Yes.
to vie for another term.
Yeah.
So
I tell you.
This. So what can bar Nick might be the 2013 Sports Act. But in terms of the FKF Constitution, But of course, there's going to be a legal tussle there, back and forth. When it will end, we are not too sure, but we're here for the drama. Unfortunately, huku chini nyasi kidogo itaumia.
But we are hosting Chan and AFCON and...
Yes, Chan, let's wait and see. We're still not too sure about Chan.
Why?
I mean,
6 months.
When are the qualifiers?
Okay. Kenyan. No, now you've taken this matter to African level.
There's a lot of there are a lot of issues that for me have to be addressed. I personally think Chan won't happen. I'll be surprised if it happens. But now this legal tussle, it's too convoluted, and for me we have to get a normalization committee, because Kenya will say we have a constitution. The Kenyan constitution comes first before the FKF constitution. FIFA will say we respect,
back our federations. We do not like government interference.
Yes. So what are we going to do? And this time around, it's not even the government. It's Milton Nyakundi. And next time, utaskia before the AGM, court Wajir. Another court order. So we just need to sit down, mapema, because it's going to be a long ride.
Well,
and
welcome.
Jemo, you know Kenyan football politics. It's
a lot of fun.
Petty.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun when you have you call it, no horse in the race. So
Yes.
It's a lot of fun. You just watch and you listen, and then you are sad for the people who maybe bear the brunt of it all.
Yeah.
But you're going to get used to going to court.
Hallelujah.
And interestingly, people are not going to SDT anymore.
Yeah,
People are going to high court,
nice. High courts.
Yeah.
which I think in itself says something. As we finish, I'll finish by saying this. I wonder what the house on the hill is thinking. I wonder what the house on the hill is thinking when it sees this, and it goes back to how much it's invested in football, especially in the last 15, 18 months. I wonder how they feel. I wonder how they look at it.
Initially, they had their preferred candidates. But then again, I got wind of some information, and it was, let this one play out first. We see. But I don't think they'll allow it to drag on for quite a long time. I think they're going to have a say in it. Just like they've done for AK.
Yeah, but AK, after all the noise, we are back in court.
back.
Yeah, but then again, of course you have to follow the legal processes. and
Yes.
all.
Because the decision was made, then AK appealed, the guy officials appealed. So,
You're
what
back.
is that word used? Stay. Now,
Yeah.
I wonder. That is the one thing I wonder. What's the house on the hill thinking about it? Because I feel like they have a lot at stake now.
Yes.
Normally, football politics just happen in a corner, but with AFCON coming, with
the investment.
with Talanta Hela, with Chan coming, with building stadiums, with what, someone might have a bit of an interest. Anyway, you know what? All we do here is sit and make noise for 2 hours, talk about football, have a laugh, disagree, agree, finish. Those legal, I await for a few weeks, and then we shall get a lawyer on spot on, and he'll explain to us the way forward, and then we shall move on. For today, that's it, guys. Go enjoy your